What is going on, everybody? We are back here at WCW Monday Nitro, coming hot off of the pay-per-view, Great American Bash.
Oh,
We
way
shook it up a
hot.
good bit, and things have been going pretty crazy with WWE contracts and whatnot, so hopefully we'll get some people there. But tell us a bit about Nitro and what's going on here.
Okay, so obviously everyone saw the pay-per-view. Well, anyone saw the pay-per-view. If you told your friends, told your grandmas, told the lady on the street that
Buff Bad
may
Will's mom.
have a crush on you. Plain and simple, everyone knew about it. So, basically, we're coming off. We got the NWO Exotic comes out. They had a great night at the pay-per-view. Obviously, Davey Boy walked away with the title. Hammerstone retained. Warbeast had a big win. We got Simon Grimm join the NWO Exotic. So everything's going well for them so far. Bischoff gets on the mic and says, "So at WCW Sin on the Nitro side, both the WCW Light Heavyweight and the WCW World Tag Team Championships will be defended inside the ominous structure that yours truly breathed into existence almost 20 years ago." Yeah, everyone don't forget, Eric Bischoff came up with the Elimination Chamber. He then allows new World Champion Davey Boy Smith to choose the opponent and match type for Eddie Edwards tonight. Davey says Eddie better be ready. I know that they had a war last night, but he better be ready because he's got, in the main event tonight, Bully Ray in a tables match. Mauro interrupts this and says he has received word that while there will be qualifiers for 4 of the empty spots in the tag team chamber, one of those empty spots is already filled by a mystery team to be named later. This news absolutely floors Bischoff. He's beside himself as to news being made without him knowing before the news being made. He's got to find out. And then also, Morrow also says that Bischoff will find out next week who has been making some of the decisions around here and who will be continuing to make 50% of the decisions going forward for WCW Nitro. And that person has also announced that next week, Davey Boy Smith will take on Jeff Cobb.
Oh.
And if any NWO member interferes in that match, he or she will be fired. Next
segment. Opening match.
We got an opening match. We got a little bit of a qualifier for the light heavyweight elimination chamber. Humberto Garza defeats Mascara Dorada by submission. 89 match overall. We got an 82 from Mascara Dorada, 93 from Humberto. Humberto is getting better at his gimmick. Good deal. I like to hear that. In the next segment, we got FTR giving the state of the tag team division address. They just run down all the tag teams. They're like talking about America's Most Wanted, his team that was maybe cool a decade and a half ago, but
No.
we're the team that everyone should be talking about. They talk about the fact that YDMB needs to go back to the kiddie table and let the men do the work here. They talk about the fact that Warbeast hides behind a big group logo that, again, hasn't been cool in decades. Plain and simple, why live in the past, live in the now, and the now is FTR. Next segment. And in a decent match, America's Most Wanted qualifies for that tag team elimination chamber tag team title match by defeating the Sandman and Tommy Dreamer, and Chris Harris pinned Sandman with a death sentence. In terms of in-ring work, James Storm was head and shoulders above everybody. His partner, Chris Harris, was the weak link, struggling to keep up with everybody.
Sandman's like, I can't work this long.
Okay, in our next segment, ladies and gentlemen, you might want to listen up for this one. Al Jones is shown in moving into his new penthouse suite at his new luxurious resort Zeta Zhang went all out. Obviously, it's been known that she has come from a lot of money. Al Jones now has his very own resort and casino on the Vegas Strip. He announces that WCW Sin will be held in Vegas, and the party will be going all night long throughout the resort, as it will be held on site, the pay-per-view. So there we go. Al Jones Casino. Going to be a great time at WCW Sin. What do you think, Dom?
I like it, dude. Visiting the casino.
Yeah, we got some casino. Yeah. Next segment. And in our next match, we got the David Arquette Talent Agency takes down Pepper Parks, Gunnar Miller, and Tino Sabatelli. And about that, had great wrestling, decent reaction from the crowd. Al Jones submitted Gunnar Miller. What we got here? Al Jones was the top guy in the ring there.
Huge too, dude. Yeah, just right next to Pepper Parks.
Good deal. There we go.
Why is he's killing it, dude.
And we got the Nitro Show. You got James Corden there talking with his homies, YDMB. They're talking about the colognes. Jordan Oliver brings up, are they even legal? Griffin, McCoy, and Ellis Taylor are talking about, are these luxurious beaches they have to book? Have they booked any vacations for any of this yet? And then Charlie Tiger goes, why does Carlito hate apples so much? And why did Brian Myers look up to these clips? Plain and simple. They think they're cool, but they're YDMB is cool. These guys are complete asshats. Next segment. And about that good wrestling, decent reaction from the crowd, we had Ellis Taylor and Griffin McCoy defeat the Colognes when Ellis Taylor submitted Orlando Colon. Match got a 72. Griffin McCoy got a 75 in the ring.
Dang.
Griffin McCoy kind of
good.
showing out here.
I mean, he sees how good Jordan Oliver is, so he's like, I gotta step it up, you know?
Yeah, he's seeing it. Ellis Taylor's getting up there too. I remember when he used to be in the 50s for his in-ring stuff. These guys are getting better and better each week.
Better, all together.
And here, we're back in the Flock's quarters, whatever you want to call it, the boiler room, the Bowery. You got Raven is seen giving Mike Bennett 20 lashes with a leather strap, saying, you are a disappointment, Bennett. You are out. You are no longer here. No more of you holding down my flock. As he just continues laying into him with the strap, Wentz and Condren are looking on. Raven is going crazier and crazier after the betrayal of Rosemary. He's like, why would she do this to me? He blames Bennett for the loss. Bennett's out of the flock. And Raven says, though, with every death, there's a birth. I would like to introduce the newest member to the flock, the disenfranchised Royce Isaacs. Next segment.
I was just like, ooh.
And in a good match, War Beast defeated Kevin Condren and Zach Wentz. Oh, Raven's going to be pissed again.
Another happy about that one.
When Jacob Fatu pinned Kevin Condren, featured the Samoan drop. In terms, Jacob Fatu was head and shoulders above everybody. Fatu had a 92. Wentz had an 81, which isn't bad. Machete had a 65. 41 from Condren. That's not good. He's continuing. He might be the next to get out of the flock.
I know at that, right? Look at that. I don't know why he's not improving. He's been around here forever, too.
He was an original. He was the first guy in. Next. And after that, the match, they're continuing to celebrate their win and qualifying. The lights go out. They come back on. The Jacksons are standing there. Stereo super kicks for War Beast, knocking them down. The Jacksons pose above them, signifying that they are the mystery team for the Elimination Chamber at Sin. I told you guys I had a big one there.
we got the Box of Youth.
In a superb match, this is our main event. We got Bully Ray defeated Eddie Edwards in a tables match, and Eddie Edwards was put through a table with a bully cutter. During the match, Davey Boy Smith distracted Eddie Edwards, which caused him to walk right on into that bully cutter through the table. 81 main event. Next segment. And to close the show, Bully Ray just continues beating on Eddie Edwards, continues just absolutely manhandling him. And the show closes with him just continuing the beatdown before putting him through the announce desk via a powerbomb off the apron through the announce desk.
Damn.
And that's what we close with.
That's our Nitro, ladies and gentlemen. 81 plus 33. Kevin Condren was used a little too much, which is funny given that he underperformed. So, but we're going to take it to Thunder now, everybody. Alright, we are here at Thunder now, ladies and gentlemen, at the Big Dipper Ice Arena, kicking it off here with Jim Cornette, seen alongside the great Muta and Tennille Dashwood, both holding their respected championships. He talks about how tonight there's going to be some contender matches. 3 of the 5 people that will face both of you come Sin. And it's going to be at the Sin City of Las Vegas, of course. But 3 of those people for each of you will be decided tonight, 2 next week. And well, don't worry, you guys have the night off. Muda, Tennille, sit back and just examine some of your opponents tonight that you'll be facing come the chamber. After that, we roll out the carpet with the Mommy and Poppy show. This time, Alberto, Patron, and Angel Rose come out. They got the tip of their little etching tattoos that say Mommy and Poppy. And Alberto comes out and would like to welcome the one and the only Austin Aries. And out comes Aries alongside his frontline brothers, Maxence De La Cruz and Jake and Dave Chris of OV, of course. Alberto says, "Why? Tell me this, Aries. Why did you align yourself with these men? Tell me this one." And Aries cuts him off. He says, "You know why. It's always been about the world championship." And Alberto, that's something you're never going to get. That's something you can't get. So you had to devolve yourself to a tag team wrestler. No offense, Chris Brothers, but we all know without her, you're nothing. And that's when Alberto gets in the face. He says, I wouldn't recommend it. I have 3 guys with me. You just got that bitch right beside you. And that's when the brawl starts between them and security starts getting them all between. You see Alberto spit at Aries and he spits back at him. And he says, "I'll see you at the main event." And did you hear like a little censor of like, "Ooh, he called him a mother blank." Started off pretty strong though. We have Marty Scurll taking on Darby Allin, able to defeat him with the graduation here. But a brawl ensues after the match there because Marty making his way to the chamber match, being a part of one of the participants there. We see the Cyberhawks Unlimited start attacking Darby Allin and 01 and the Whisper. Of course, the Brotherhood in Paint now under attack, but out come Tico Ryan and Vinny Marseglia actually brawling back, and just a whole onslaught between all these men going at it. You see TK and Vinny attacking Darby. You see him also attacking Marty. You see Marty and Darby teaming up for a second, but then going back to hitting each other. Just an utter brawl between everybody there. After that, we do cut backstage and things get a little bit more calmed down. We see Jinx. She's 100 miles per hour. She's got that fizzy orange soda moving. And I think, what is it? What's the orange soda called? Is it Fanta? I think it's Fanta. She's spraying around everywhere. She's all crazy. And she's like, "Are you ready for my match tonight? I'm going to come and be in the chamber, Orange. What do you think about that?" And he just like wiggles his fingers a little bit and smiles. She says, "It's going to be amazing." However, she's unable to get the win here against Piper as she gets destroyed by a Michinoku driver. Piper sadly will take Jinx's slot in the chamber. Following that though, we see Joe Exotic in the WCW locker room. Alright, he's got some baby tigers with him, and he's handing them to Jordan Clearwater and Mark Andrews. He's like, "Hey boys," he's like, "Tell me about this. Y'all ever pet a tiger before?" Jordan Clearwater, Mark Andrews of hashtag 2 skinny dudes They're like, no, we've never pet a tiger before, Joe. Like, you know, we saw your Netflix special. It's some crazy stuff there. I thought you lost the zoo and everything. He's like, yeah, but you know what I didn't lose? My tigers, my cubs. You know, at the heart and soul of everything. Without these tigers, I am nothing. And I still am the Tiger King. And, well, what about we make like a little boys club, you know? You know, nothing bad, nothing inappropriate, but like, without you two, you know, I can't get in the ring, I'm too old. But what if I prep you two to be, you know, the Tiger Princes, you know, very, very clearly, you know, manipulating these two. And they're like, okay, Tigers, World Championships, what could go wrong, you know? Following that, we see Johnny Ace in the managerial office with Cass XL, who's still a little banged up, following all the riots and the pay-per-view and whatnot. And he says, Cass has the night off. Cornette's done and agreed that Cass is in no room to fight tonight. That's why we're going to give him at 100% next week so he can participate, and he will be in that chamber. He's going to win his match. I can guarantee you that one. Cass, don't worry, buddy. I know you're angry. I know you're fuming to get back at Walter, but you just got to take it slowly. Get yourself back at 100%. Get in that chamber and destroy Walter for what he's done to us. After that, we see Courtney Stewart here able to defeat Vipress, making her way into the women's chamber match. Pretty good there. Then we see Buff Bagwell and Brian Pillman Jr. They're on the run. We see the cameras from above looking down. You see Joey Hollywood in the helicopter with Warren Barksdale and Bruno Milani. They're saying, stop and don't move. We do have tranquilizer darts. We will tranquilize you. Buff keeps on running. You see him. He's like with Brian Pillman. He's like, I know where we can hide. I know a perfect way for us to get out of here. So as the night is progressing here, we see the two of them actually run into the forest. They start stripping down, moving out of their clothes. Now Joey Hollywood and Barksdale and Bruno Milani, they all seem to lose them, and that's when they kind of stop the search party and get out of here. And Buff and Brian Pillman look at each other, both hide each other for a second. He's like, wait a minute, why'd you have us do this? He's like, because I got a friend's son coming here. And that's when you hear the car horn honk. And he's like, by the highway, and he says, get in. As the windows roll down, and it's the one, the only, it's David Benoit. It's Buff Bagwell's friend, Chris Benoit's son. And David tosses the clothes of those guys, and he's like, so guys, I see you in yourself in a little pickle. And Buff's like, yeah, funny jokes there, yeah. Brian Pillman's like, wait a minute, you're the son of Chris Benoit. He's like, yeah. He's like, aren't you afraid of, you know, the guys? He's like, no. He's like, I'm a clean man. I'm a clear man. I'm not like my father. I'm a whole different person, and trust me. I want the world to know that I'm not going to taint this last name. And Buff says, look, I know I've done a lot of bad things, guys, but Brian, I need you to trust me. I think everybody's redeemable, whether it's me or David's family's lineage. And trust me, we're going to get out of this one. I just need you to have a little bit of faith in me. And Brian Pillman looks at me. He's like, I can do that, Buff. I can do that. And so the three of them drive off into the darkness of the night. Then we cut back to WCW television, where we see Walter taking on Christian Casanova, making short work of him with the golden bomb, securing his slot in the chamber. Then we see Simeon Johnson able to defeat Maria Manic, but after her match, the one, the only, Shayna Douglas comes out. But beside him is the Paramount Champion, Mr. Sammy Guevara, and loudmouth Sean Ricker, of course. He's saying, calm down, dummies, as the crowd's booing Shane Douglas. He says, Simeon. These two men behind me, they're great men. He says, but I need a greater woman. You know, I'm not going to compare you to your father. I'm not going to compare you to anybody in your family. I'm going to compare you to what I just saw in the ring tonight. And you have amazing potential. And these two guys behind me, I know what they're capable of. And I've messed up. I've made a couple of mistakes. I've taken a step back. But finding a new home on Thunder, I want you by my side with these great men. And that come the chamber, I want you winning that women's championship. So what do you say? Simeon Johnson nods her head in acceptance as she comes walking up that ramp and shakes the hand of Shane Douglas as the four of them leave. Refranchising the franchise, I should say. In the main event, though, we see Austin Aries able to tap out Alberto El Patron with the last chancery. But after that, the Great Muta jumps up on the ring apron, hits him with some mist, and runs out before anybody can even stop him. And that is how we're going to end our show, Thunder, here for you guys, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed, as always. Mwah! And we'll see you guys next time. Peace out.